And that's going. And the recorder is on. Three, two, one.
Warning, what you're about to listen to may not be politically correct.
William Jones, Adam Holmes. You're listening to the Jones and Holmes Show.
Tuesday night, September 4th, 2018. Jones and Holmes Show. I think it's episode 30.
Yeah, I think it is.
Man, I can't believe we've done 30. 30 of these. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
They
Rolling
average
right along.
about an hour and a half a piece. So we got 45 hours. You can almost listen to us straight for 2 days.
Mm-hmm. I'm planning a big trip for next year. We're gonna go out west for a few weeks, and we're gonna drive from Kentucky to Colorado Springs and stay there for a few days. Go up to Pikes Peak, check that out. Come back down, and then jump on Interstate 80. Go up through Wyoming, through Red Rock. And then down into Utah, we're going to go to Antelope Island, camp there for a few days, and then leave there, and then go up into Elko, Nevada, and then go hike Murdoch Mountain.
Oh, that sounds
And
good.
I was looking at the drive, and I think we have enough podcasts that if I didn't actually do these podcasts and I was just listening, I've got enough that I could do the drive and come back and listen to all the podcasts.
Yeah, you got 45 hours worth of podcasts.
Yeah.
Just about.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I got tomorrow I have on my one of the properties I'm working on. Have some people coming to put a roof on.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be good. Get that one rented. The
Gotta
worst
get it
thing is having
rented out.
empties.
Get people moved in. Make that money.
The worst thing is having empties.
Yeah.
You know, that is the worst part about any sort of real estate investing, especially when they start piling up. So I've had to really get on top of this one because I have this one and another project one that's going to be a lot of work, and then someone's moving out of one in a couple days. So don't want 3 empties.
Nope.
So I got to get them turned over, but it's working. So
Yeah.
we're going to try to do this show a little bit different by kind of stumbling upon different things to talk about.
Yeah, we got a few things to talk about, but we're going to kind of wing it. We've been so busy, we haven't really had time to kind of stay up on top of things.
We have been. One thing I built a bird aviary for my peacocks. So I have peacocks and ducks in a 50 by 100 aviary.
It's like a zoo.
Yeah, I have a 20 by 20 pond. I just need some rock speakers
Like Disney World.
so I can play my theme music.
You should play that Careless Rex song.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
24/7.
But wherever it talks about Careless Rex, you have to change it to Trump.
Right. That's it's a funny song for anybody who's listening. Look up. What is that? What is the title of that?
The song is Careless Rex. The band is Sabaton. You told me about them.
Yeah, Sabaton, Careless Rex. It is a funny one.
Yeah, Lord Trump's inauguration theme. That's the one.
Trump's
Just look that up on
inauguration
YouTube.
Yep. Have you been playing it in the shop?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's such a good one.
I just need somebody to edit it and change all the Careless Rex stuff to Trump.
Yeah.
Just
So
to
we
make
got,
people angry.
Let's see. A couple things preloaded, and then we'll kind of just
That's
look
cool.
around. But we have here's this is McCain's funeral,
Mm-hmm.
and we had some people speaking. Bush, Obama were there. Now, did
They-
this funeral go on at the same time as Aretha Franklin's?
I believe it did, because it aired. They aired simultaneously.
Okay, so that's yeah. Because I know like Clinton wasn't. Oh wait, Is that Clinton in the front left?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So wait, maybe they were staggered.
Maybe.
But either
this is,
way,
this is a pretty good clip.
This is another example of never let a good crisis go to waste.
This really shows the contempt that they have toward Trump. And you know what some of it is, though, is that I think McCain was kind of bitter toward Trump because he tried twice and failed. And he was a politician most of his life, to become president. He ran in the primary in 2000 and lost against Bush. And then he became the nominee in 2008, lost against Obama. And then here comes Trump, who's just like, I'm going to do it and I'll win. And then he does it and he wins. So here's the clip.
I am Dean of Washington National Cathedral. Thank you.
Look at Bush. They're all singing "My Country 'Tis of Thee."
Yeah.
Look at George Bush right in the middle.
He's a robot or a lizard.
Wow.
Look at Dick Cheney over there.
There's Kushner.
The Jews.
So much of our politics, our public life, our public discourse can seem small and mean and petty. Trafficking in bombast and insult and phony controversies and manufactured outrage. It's a politics that pretends to be brave and tough, but in fact is born of fear.
If we're ever tempted to forget who we are, to grow weary of our cause, John's voice will always come as a whisper over our shoulder. We are better than this. America is better than this.
The America of John McCain has no need to be made great again because America was always great.
Wow. Way to give a eulogy at your father's funeral.
I mean, that is just nasty.
That is, man. It's like, this is your father's funeral, and you're going to throw a Trump stab in there.
And it's the way the cadence, her look. She looks
like she just has that angry look to her face.
Bitter.
The America of John McCain has no need to be made great again because America was always great.
Yeah, take that, Trump. I like how she emphasized that. The America doesn't be made great again.
Yeah.
Applaud. Look at Kissinger.
Yep.
He's still around.
Yeah. Because he's a robot. Soldiers carrying him out, led by the wizards.
That's a pretty massive building.
That is. It's a very large church.
That was let's see what this clip is real quick.
I told President Obama that this was the latest, grandest example of the eternal struggle of former presidents to rewrite history. And I want to take my hat off to President Bush. This is a beautiful library. The exhibits are great. The work of the Bush Institute is inspiring. And I congratulate him on the Platinum Leads rating for his library. I think this is the second building in the entire federal system that has it. And I want to say, Mr. President, once again, you got the better of me twice in the last few weeks. My library has a Platinum Leads rating, but it was open for a few years before we could afford to achieve it. And you beat me to be a grandfather. And I congratulate you and Laura for it.
Talk about the paintings.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
His weird, creepy bathroom paintings.
Because this leads into the next Clinton clip in a minute. Let's see if this is. Let's skip ahead a little bit.
Term, George Bush would call me just to talk politics. And a chill went up and down my spine when Laura said that all their records were digitized. Dear God, I hope there's no record of those conversations in this vast and beautiful building. Your mother showed me some of your landscapes and animal paintings, and I thought they were great. Really great. And I seriously considered calling you and asking you to do a portrait of me until I saw the results of your sister's hacked emails. Those bathroom sketches were wonderful, but at my age, I think I should keep my suit.
These people are so creepy. If this doesn't, if this doesn't tell you, like, come on, people, give up the whole Democrat and Republican thing. Look at these guys. Like, this should tell you right here. It's all a joke, man. It's all a joke.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's well, this was in reference to Bush's paintings.
Yeah, he's had some creepy, weird paintings.
Yeah, he has like let's see, George Bush paintings, bathroom. Didn't he have? There he is.
Yeah.
He like painted himself in the tub. Painted himself in the shower. He painted Putin. Now this is what's interesting. He painted Putin. So why aren't they going after him?
I don't know.
There he had painted some dogs. Painted himself.
Boy.
Painted some more dogs. You know, I should get a Bush painting. Look at this one. This one. What? Who's this guy?
I don't know.
Looks like an Iranian leader.
He does. Whoa, what is that?
That's an actual painting.
He painted Putin with a Bigfoot.
This is pretty wild. He had some interesting paintings. Is this his?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look. Every painting, every George W. Bush painting. Oh, there we go. We got all of them. Look, he painted Saddam Hussein.
Hey, wait. Go back up. Go back up. Wait, go back up. How many are there?
33.
Tell the people how many paintings.
33 paintings.
The magic number.
Hello, everyone.
There are 33 paintings.
He painted his dog. Look at this one of Saddam. He painted Saddam as a sad clown. He painted wounded military veterans. The Dalai Lama. The Indian Prime Minister. Liberia's Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Look at that one.
Wow, Osama bin Laden.
He painted Osama bin Laden as a sad clown.
With a flower coming out of an AK-47.
What is that about? Michael Joseph Leonard Polowicz. Self-portrait. 9/11 service responders. Yeah, Jay Leno. He painted Jay Leno.
Wow.
Michael Rodriguez. Another dog. The Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. Abu Dhabi. Painted
Tony Blair.
Another Indian Prime Minister. Himself in the tub. The Mexican President, Felipe Calderon. A landscape. Angela Merkel. Oh, the Israel Prime Minister. That's who that was.
Ehud. Like Ehud killed Eglon.
Yeah, with the knife in the belly.
Yeah. Putin.
They spelled Putin wrong.
Yeah, they spelled it Putan.
Ooh, look at that one.
Whoa.
Czech President Václav Havel. Former Japanese Prime Minister, whoever that is, and Prime Minister Stephen Harper. Wow, there they are. All of them. So Clinton was joking about it.
33.
Yep. But this is the best clip. You got to look this up, or you got to watch our YouTube channel so you can see this part. But this is Clinton, and he's staring at Ariana Grande at Aretha Franklin's funeral, sitting next to Jesse Jackson. And look at this face.
Oh boy, this is great, boys.
It is horrible.
Look at Farrakhan over there. He's enjoying himself too.
Yeah, now that's a weird one. So at Aretha Franklin's funeral, and they have these different bishops and ministers, and then they have Louis Farrakhan.
Was Aretha Franklin a Muslim?
That's an interesting question. What's like some of the worst things that Farrakhan said? Didn't he talk about like what the White Devils?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here you go.
Now, brothers and sisters, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that a black man was born 20 miles outside of the holy city of Mecca. And when he was a young boy, about 6 years old, he was playing in the sand with 2 pieces of metal. And he saw one piece of metal drawing the other piece of metal under its power. And there he discovered the law of unlike attract and like repel. And he said to his uncle, when I grow up, I'm going to make a people to rule you. Yaqub, when he became 18, he went to work. And he started teaching and getting followers there in Mecca. Yaqub wanted babies. If a real black child was born, the object was to kill the black and save the lighter child, then marry the lighter on to a lighter, and keep on grafting until you produce a brown civilization of people. Birth control. Kill the black, save the brown. Marry the brown on to a lighter brown, kill the darker, save the lighter. Marry the lighter on to the lighter, kill the darker, save the lighter until you bring it to its apex, which is this that you see, this Caucasian. Caucasian mean weak-blooded, weak-boned, stale-faced. That pale, what the Indian call a pale man. Huh?
What a
Brother,
racist.
I am not playing. This is serious.
What's funny is he talks
The
about
white man is not.
I guess the lighter you get, the worse you are.
Yeah.
He's not the darkest black guy.
No. In this video, he looks pretty light.
And he's talking about...
Honestly, he looks lighter than I am.
He does. He does. So this is the guy that Aretha Franklin had sitting in the front row of her funeral?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wonder if Jesse Lee Peterson talked about him. Let's see. There has to be something good Jesse Lee said about Farrakhan. Do we got anything recently? Jesse Lee Peterson on Aretha Franklin. That's what we need. Owen Benjamin was recently on. And it was,
Yeah, I still want to listen to that.
It was good. Oh, here you go.
It's being reported that Aretha Franklin died at the age of, I believe, 76. 76, Aretha Franklin was the queen of soul. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, don't know what it means to me. Suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me. Something like that. I used to love that song.
Something like that.
Here we go.
Me up, man.
Ooh, what do you want? Baby, I got it. Baby, I got it. That's Aretha, dead at 76. May her soul rest in peace. Aretha went through a lot too. Amazing. It's amazing that you could be popular or famous. You could be out there making buku money. People love your music or whatever it is that you do. And behind closed doors, you could be in a fallen state catching hell in life. That's amazing. Whereas if you overcome that anger and come out of the fallen state, you can have it all. You can have peace on earth and wealth and fame or whatever it is, quietness, whatever you want. Isn't that amazing? You don't have to have hell in your life, but you got to overcome anger if you want to have perfect peace or experience paradise on earth. I'm telling you, you can have paradise on earth. You do not have to wait until you die. All right? And also today is Elvis Death Day. Elvis died 41 years ago, according to TMZ. That's amazing people celebrate your death.
We enjoyed Jesse Lee Peterson way too much.
Oh, that's great.
But he never gets old.
No. Nope. It's, I wish there was a good, I'm sure he said some good things about that funeral.
Oh, yeah.
We'd have to parse that. Was that him? Oh, that was it. You ever see that one? Long time
Which
ago?
one?
It was,
oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
When he was on the Bill Maher show. And
yep.
18 years ago.
Yep.
Huh. So,
crazy.
Let's see. Uh-oh.
Oh, no. What happened?
There it is. You sent me this one. This is a video about Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah, she invited protesters to the Kavanaugh hearings.
Massachusetts Democratic senator said she was glad a group of protesters gathered inside the Hart Senate office building during a confirmation of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. 100 protesters gathered in the lobby of the Senate building where the hearing was taking place. 20 protesters were removed and arrested 30 minutes after the hearing began. Here's a video. Let's see.
All these protesters out here today.
I'm glad they're here. They're exercising their free
Would you tell them to stay?
You bet. Stay in the. Can I get another photo?
They love Elizabeth Warren.
They do. And Elizabeth Warren, I think did we talk about her with the introducing that law to privatize all business? Not privatize.
I don't think we
nationalize. Oh, here you go. Listen to this one. This is Elizabeth Warren.
Democratic Senator Elizabeth Warren unveiling a shocking new proposal that would nationalize every major business in America. The new legislation, called the Accountable Capitalism Act, would constitute the largest seizure of private property in human history. So what would it do to our economy? What would it look like with the government in charge of our largest corporations? Let's ask the CEO of Walzer Wealth Management, Rebecca Walzer. Good morning, Rebecca.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. What's your immediate reaction to this idea that all of a sudden the government would nationalize all these companies?
Well, I'm glad that she's bold enough to actually tell us exactly what she wants, because now we can call a spade a spade. This is definitely socialism, because socialism is public ownership of companies where all the profits are actually redistributed to stakeholders instead of shareholders.
Yeah, let me just break down the bill for you, and then we can let you pull it apart. So this is what Elizabeth Warren says, because as you point out, she's being direct. She's being blunt about saying, I want socialism. The Accountable Capitalism Act restores the idea that giant American corporations, she writes, should look out for American interests. Corporations with more than $1 billion in annual revenue would be required to get a federal corporate charter. She says the bill also would give workers a stronger voice in corporate decision-making at large companies, and employees would elect at least 40% of the directors to address self-serving financial incentives in corporate management. That's what she says is in the bill. What's your reaction to that?
You know, Ed, it's just simply unnecessary. Corporations already answer to the American public. Look at the rise of social media. When somebody is not happy with something that corporations are doing, it's all over Twitter. There's boycotts. We already have really ownership of public corporations through boycotting. You know, if you don't like what they're doing, you don't go there. So what she's trying to do is really say, let's take the profits of these corporations and let's use them for our purposes. And so what we have to look at is how good is the government at taking resources and effectively using them. And so the VA comes to mind, Medicare comes to mind, Social Security comes to mind. These are all financially inept systems, and American businesses reach $1 billion because they are privately managed, and with regulation, already government regulation, they're free to do as they are what they do.
I've got 30 seconds, but you mentioned Medicare. She and others, Bernie Sanders, have been calling for Medicare for all. Vox, a liberal publication, says if you do that, you do so-called free tuition. It's going to cost tens of trillions of dollars over the next 30 years. In 30 seconds, what's that going to do to the markets?
It's just impossible. Who's paying for it, Ed? Where is the money coming from? Government creates nothing. It redistributes only. Money has to exist. It has to be created. We have to have free market capital creating money in order to be able to have money to use. And the government seems to forget that.
Rebecca Walzer, as you said, Democrats are being direct about if we're elected, if we take over Congress in the midterms, this is the kind of thing we're going to lay out. We appreciate you coming in.
Socialism.
Yeah, they love it.
They love it. Well, as long as it lines their pockets.
Yeah.
How much do you think Elizabeth Warren is worth?
Let me guess. 130 million.
I think that's high. I think she's worth maybe $2 million. Oh. She is worth between 3.7 and 10 million.
That's a pretty broad range.
It is.
I shot super high. I said 130.
So, yeah. So if you're worth millions, say she's worth 10 million. So it's really easy to come up with these kinds of things. It's very easy to say, you know what, everybody should have some sort of government subsidized health care. Everybody should have some universal basic income. Companies, they should all just be public or government privatized, I guess you'd say, companies. It's easy to say that when you have millions, when you're super comfortable, when you never have to worry about anything. And that's I think the funniest thing with the super like liberal elite is that they're incredibly wealthy.
Right there it says how much is Nancy Pelosi's net worth. Take a look at that.
Yeah, what do you think that one is? That one's in the hundreds of
Yeah,
millions.
106 million.
Oh, nope, 29.
Nah, I don't believe it. I guarantee you she's worth more than that.
And this is the thing. It's very easy to say that.
Well, hold on though. What's her yearly salary?
They get about 180,000 a year.
Okay, so on 180,000 a year, how do you reach a net worth of $29.3 million?
That's pretty amazing. How about Bernie Sanders? What do you think he's worth?
$2 million.
800,000. Huh. Let's see. What's Trump's net worth?
$10 billion.
10 billion. Ted Cruz is worth $3.5 million. See, it doesn't take a lot though. A net worth doesn't mean you have $3.5 million in the bank.
No.
You could have $3.5 million in real estate. You know, and you can buy $3.5 million in real estate with $500,000.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting. But yeah, it's funny. So someone like Elizabeth Warren, it's very easy to talk about, hey, tax everybody, tax this, raise this, raise that, ban plastic straws, ban plastic bags. We don't. very easy to do that and say that when you have millions upon millions of dollars and you never worry about anything. You never worry about finances. But
she ain't never had to look at the electric bill and look at the water bill and go, which one do I pay this week?
Right. But it's the small business owners, those companies that have, up to maybe a couple hundred employees. It's kind of like the lifeblood of America that keeps a lot of things going that people don't even realize is kept going. And maybe they are worth a couple $1 million, these guys. They're the ones that get hit and hurt when the super elite want to pass their wealth taxes.
Yep.
The super elite doesn't get hurt. They don't pay taxes.
No, if you know how to play the system, you don't pay a dime in taxes.
No. Remember, all tax law is put into law and written by Congress. So they're going to write it to benefit themselves. That's just the way,
exactly.
That's the way it goes. So if you learn to play the game like they do, then you're okay.
I think it's funny that Trump still hasn't released his tax returns, has he?
No. Nope. So this is that whole thing started because Elizabeth Warren invited protesters.
Yeah.
So here is some highlights from the first day of the Kavanaugh hearing. That's today, right? This was today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what we got. I haven't heard any of this yet.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized to ask a question.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn.
I welcome everyone to this confirmation hearing on the nomination of
Mr. Chairman.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I appeal to the chair to recognize myself or one of my colleagues.
You're out of order.
It is regular order for us to receive all the documents.
This is like a zoo.
The documents that this committee is entitled to.
All the documents we have add up to more than we have had for the last 5 Supreme Court nominees.
90% of the documents we haven't seen. It's not the number of documents.
And I'll be glad to respond to that. But
we wouldn't hire an intern, sir, with only 90% of their resume. And we're putting somebody on the Supreme Court.
Confidential documents weren't really interested, so that judges would decide cases. As I see it,
this is the first confirmation hearing for a Supreme Court justice I've seen.
I'm in a wheelchair.
According to mob rule. This is what happens in a free country when people can stand up and speak and not be jailed, imprisoned, tortured, or killed because of it.
Wait a minute. How many of those people just got jailed?
The American people will see soon enough that you are a smart, decent, normal person who just so happens to have been nominated to the highest court in our land.
In fact, Judge Kavanaugh is one of the most respected and thoughtful judges in the country.
I believe this fight is nothing more and nothing less than an attempt by our Democratic colleagues to relitigate the 2016 presidential election.
That's why there's so many fights about the executive branch and about the judiciary, because this body rarely finishes its work.
This is shaping up to be the hypocrisy hearing, and that's hard to do in the Senate. In today's time, to be hypocritical.
I'm just sorry to see the Senate Judiciary.
Wait a minute.
Go back to Lindsey Graham.
Oh, okay. Trying to figure out what he's saying here.
Because this body rarely finishes its work.
This is shaping up to be the hypocrisy hearing, and that's hard to do in the Senate. In today's time, to be hypocritical.
I'm just sorry to see.
Okay.
What was that?
I don't know what that was. It's like a weird half joke he was trying to make, and then I don't know what that was.
Descend this way.
You are a committed textualist, Judge Kavanaugh. If you're going to hold others accountable for their words, you should be held accountable for your own words. So after my personal experience, I start these hearings with a question about your credibility as a witness. I know from my history with you that things you said need to be carefully verified.
You displayed expansive views on executive immunity from the law. If you are in that seat, sir, because the White House has big expectations that you will protect the president from the due process of law, That should give every senator pause.
I join in the request that's been made of you that you show the initiative and ask for a postponement on these hearings. I think that this process has been a grave disservice to you.
Why?
As well as this committee and the American people.
This guy's a snake,
This,
man.
to me, is a profound and historical moment. I cannot support your nomination, not just because of the body of your work, but also the perverse process by which this comes forward. We should not vote now. We should wait. And if we're not waiting, we should object to your nomination.
What guides this nominee is partisanship. This nominee has devoted his entire career to a conservative Republican agenda. I am concerned your loyalty would be to the president who appointed you and not to the Constitution of the United States.
Amazing that they're talking about the Constitution. These people violate it every day.
You know what's amazing is this is what makes me think that the Democrats will ultimately succeed. I mean,
What's
I hope
that?
not. I'm just mean in general, like the crazies, like the country's gonna eventually just fall apart.
Oh yeah.
Is so you nominate, Trump nominates Kavanaugh. You have the hearings. You have all these hundreds of protesters, right? Getting arrested, getting drunk. I'm in a wheelchair. You can't do it. All this nonsense. All like shaved head, dyed hair women. You know, look at the one right there. That in that, you know, tattooed. Ah, yeah, this guy's crazy. Screaming their heads off, saying whatever. You know, he's gonna stop me from aborting. You know,
these people are nuts.
I want my abortions. I'm proud of my abortions, or whatever
Proud
they
to
want.
kill.
Yeah, they're proud of it. And they don't even know what they're protesting, right? They don't know what he stands for. They don't know anything
Half
about
these
him.
people probably don't even know who he is or what he's been appointed to.
Right. So it's interesting, like, where are they coming from? Why are they angry? You know, young people never really cared. And now all of a sudden it's like,
well, when you pay
democracy
them,
is-
they care.
Oh yeah. But they see it like this democracy is like this fragile egg that's in our hands.
Well,
You know, we
here's
have
the
to
funniest
protect
thing
it.
about all that. I don't know where this democracy is that they're talking about.
Right.
Where's
I know.
the democracy?
That's what I'm saying. So it's all complete nonsense. Like, oh yeah, this fragile egg of democracy, we hold on to it, we protect it. We are the guardians of democracy.
What democracy? We don't live in a democracy.
I think it's the superhero movies screwed them up in the head.
Yeah, all the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, they think they're superheroes saving democracy from Hitler.
Literally Hitler.
Right, because imagine what a movie that would be. Like if a modern day Hitler came and he was trying to destroy democracy, but democracy's like a magical orb that has to be protected by the wizards.
The wizards.
The wizards are protecting the orb of democracy from this robot Terminator Hitler. That's
Yeah. And he's coming out going, "Hello, everyone."
yeah. He's coming out. He's like,
Hello, everyone. Donnie, Don.
Yeah, Donnie, Don.
And they just so they go into this mode because in their mind, maybe they're so delusional in their head. This is what's happening. Like, I'm the wizard of democracy. They're trying to protect it.
Oh, it's amazing.
It is. So maybe that's what it's from. There's too many superhero movies, and they think that they're the heroes. They get on my nerves because they don't do anything. They don't produce. They don't create. They just whine. And what's funny is, like, with the Kavanaugh hearing, so you have these protesters. This is what my whole train of thought started with. You have the protesters, and they whine and cry and bleed all over the Senate floor. Where were the Republican protesters?
I don't know.
Right? When Kagan and Sotomayor were being voted in, had their hearing, were the young Republican protesters, the 20-year-old Republican women with shaved heads running around the Senate crying? You know, like, no, stop the abortions. It wasn't happening.
Nope.
It wasn't happening. So, but the thing is, it seems like whoever whines the most gets their way, because people hate when there's so much nagging and whining. People give in.
People hate whiners.
They do, but they give in to it just so that it's quiet, because they just want to be left alone. So, and that's the difference with Trump. Trump is one who doesn't give in to the whining and nagging. He just keeps kicking them. Like, they whine and nag and protest, and he just keeps kicking them, poking them with the stick.
Here's the thing. Here's the biggest thing I like about Trump, is he's hated by both sides.
Yep.
That's the one thing I like about Trump.
That is what's pretty funny, because he's like Ben Sass. He hates Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And here he is kind of having to defend him. Lindsey Graham doesn't, get along too well with Trump.
No.
Ever since, remember that? Let's see. This is one of the funniest ones.
Which one's that?
This one right here.
Republican presidential candidates are changing their cell phone numbers tonight after this.
Lindsey Graham, so he calls me a jackass this morning. And I said to myself, it's amazing. He doesn't seem like a very bright guy, okay? He actually probably seems to me not as bright, honestly, as Rick Perry. But today I got called a jackass by this guy. And then I said to myself, hey, didn't this guy call me like 4 years ago? Yes. He called me 4 years ago, 4 years ago. Lindsey Graham, I didn't even know who he was. He goes, Mr. Trump, this is Senator Lindsey Graham. I wonder if it would be possible for you to call Fox. Because, until I ran, I had that little thing which I do just for fun. Fox and Friends are so great. Brian and Steve and Elizabeth, they're great people, right? They're great. And he wanted to know whether or not I could give him a good reference on Fox and Friends, okay? He wanted to know. Would I do that? And then, of course, he wanted to know whether or not he could come and see me for some campaign contribution. And he gave me his number, and I found the card. I wrote the number down. I don't know if it's the right number. Let's try it. 202. I don't know. Maybe it's, it's 3-4 years ago, so maybe it's an old number. 202.
They bleep it out.
So, I don't know. Give it a shot.
Hey, YouTube fans. I'm Luke Russer. Thanks for checking
What's
out.
funny with that was, so all these people start calling Lindsey Graham. And after they did
what was
that,
it?
Huh?
What'd you say?
A bunch of people started calling Lindsey Graham. So Lindsey Graham comes out and gives out Trump's cell phone number. Because he had, I guess, Trump's number. They're like, well,
yeah.
I'll give out Trump's number. So he gives out Trump's number. Trump just has it forward to a voicemail with like a campaign message for Trump.
Yeah.
So he calls like, thank you for calling Donald Trump. It's just, I mean, so quickly, just boom, spins it around like that. So it was funny.
See, and this is the thing. Like we probably come off pretty Republican, but we're really not Republicans.
No, I mean,
we love the action here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely conservative.
Oh yeah, very
I think
conservative.
happens, like
but I wouldn't give myself a title of Democrat or Republican. They're they're the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Now let's see. You sent, what was that? The Chuck Schumer. It was a new.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that though. There was something. Chuck Schumer came out that we need to impeach fast.
Oh, maybe it's this one here. Let's see.
Sooner the better. Sooner the better. That's not answering the question. You gotta get a few Republicans. We're trying. We're both. The Democrats are on your side. So am I. We're trying.
Huh. So he was at some West Indian parade?
Huh.
And the people said, when are y'all gonna impeach Trump? Schumer says, the sooner the better. He says, sooner the better. That's not answering the question. Schumer says, gotta get a few Republicans. The woman said, "We're trying. We're voting." Schumer said, "We're Democrats. We're on your side." Oh,
What a joke.
Yep. Impeach Trump.
Get out of here.
Get out of here, Greg. This is when Democrats send fundraising emails during Kavanaugh hearing. Oh, that's interesting. So while they're doing their performances, and Cory Booker, you know, he's looking two ways doing his performance.
Yeah.
That guy has some eyes, man. You notice that?
Yeah.
He can keep one eye on Kavanaugh and one eye on that senator in the corner.
Yeah.
But while they're doing their performances, they're sending out fundraising emails. Like, hey, look at us. We're doing pretty good. Subject line: I am doing everything in my power to stop this nomination. But that's New Jersey. You know, New Jersey's trying to ban plastic bags.
Yeah, we talked about that before.
Yeah, well, they were trying to tax them before. They vetoed it. The governor vetoed the tax and said it doesn't go far enough. So he wants an actual ban.
He wants a ban?
A ban on plastic bags. And then one of the assemblymen, I think it was today, came out and said they need to ban straws, plastic straws. Oh no, they want to. He's introducing a bill that will make it illegal for someone in a restaurant to give you a plastic straw unless you ask for one.
These people are so retarded.
And the people of New Jersey love it. They love it. They just keep voting them in.
Well, we're better off where we're at. Don't go back.
They have Phil Murphy in New Jersey has like the highest governor approval ratings in recent governors.
Really?
Yeah. They love it. It's something weird, man.
They love their lack of freedom.
They do. I don't know what it is. I guess it's like all the free-minded people keep leaving, and then all the tyranny socialists keep breeding, and then you end up getting New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that must be it, right?
Yeah, just don't come to any of the states where we practice freedom.
Right. I can't figure it out. And the other, like, same with Massachusetts. You keep electing Elizabeth Warren. Like, that's what you want. You want socialism. I mean, that's why you keep electing her.
Well, in all fairness, though, it's probably not all of Massachusetts. It's probably Boston.
Well, that's true.
You know, I mean, that's like any state. You know, I was talking to some guys about that today, just about when you get outside of the major cities, most people are fairly conservative minded.
You know, it's sad.
What's that?
They should have, if the founding fathers looked ahead, there should have been some sort of weird constitutional provision where the moment, well, they wouldn't have known because populations are so much different. I don't even know what, you know, what, I wonder, what do you think colonial America's population was?
Oh, it couldn't have been much. I doubt there was
2.5 million people in 1776.
Really?
So
that's more than what I would have guessed.
That's pretty wild. So, but it would have been interesting if they did something like, you know, the moment that 10% of the population of a state is within one city, that city automatically becomes its own state.
Yeah.
Something like that, you know, just where so it really keeps the rural states.
We'd have hundreds of states.
Hundreds of states. Just keep the rural states to themselves.
Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
It is crazy, man.
And I wonder.
That's like when you go out west, man. Like some of those big states out there, and you fly over them, and you're just like, man, you fly forever, and you see hardly any towns or anything like that.
Yep.
It's just nice, pretty land.
Out of the 2.5 million people, there's 326 million now in the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, 326,766. 326,766,748 people. I mean, they got it down.
Hmm.
But I wonder, out of the 2.5 million in 1776, how many of them would side with today's Democratic Party?
I don't know, because wasn't it only like 3% of the country, or of 3% of the people that were in the states at that time that actually stood up against? Remember what that?
That's kind of the 3% wouldn't disarm.
Yeah, the 3% thing.
But I want. Well, what was the? What was the? Let's see. Like what? How many were in the militia of 1776?
Hmm.
Let's see here. Revolutionary War. We can kind of get an idea of the percentage of the population.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about socially, morally. How many of those 2.5 million do you think would side with modern day Democrats?
Oh, little to none.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Could you imagine telling somebody in 1776, well, you're going to have a baby, we're going to rip it out of you and kill it?
Yeah. You know, up until like month number 8. All right, here we go. Revolutionary War by the numbers.
Yeah, but there's a difference between the Continental Army and the militia.
Right. Well, this says 80,000 militia and Continental Army served at the height of the war.
So that's combined.
56,000 British at the height. 30,000 mercenaries fought for the British.
55,000 served as privateers. So that technically, wouldn't that be your militiamen?
That's what I can't quite figure out. Would that be included in that 80,000? Because otherwise,
yeah, I don't know.
We really outnumbered them.
Yeah.
We lost 25,000. They lost 24. And
there's some rounding going on in those numbers.
Yeah. 100,000 loyalists fled to Canada, Bahamas, and England. That's why the Bahamas is look, $8 was the monthly salary of a teenage drummer. There you go.
$8, huh?
$8 a month to be a drummer in the military.
It's not bad.
3 million is the estimated population of America in 1776, while the city of London had 1 million people. Wow. 10 was the age of the youngest member of the Continental Army.
Wow.
57 was the oldest. Man, 10 years old. Can you imagine that? 151 million was the total American cost of the war.
What was it?
151 million. And George Washington was paid $0 for his military service.
Hey, there's that old Dodge commercial.
Yeah, that was a good one.
This was a great commercial if you're a car guy.
It is.
For those listening, George Washington is charging the British in a Dodge Challenger.
That is so good. Look, this is what we need more of.
America got right. Cars and freedom.
Yep.
Man, I'll tell you what, though, that wasn't that long ago, but I dare you to try to find a commercial that good now.
Yeah, that was like
about something
4 or
about
5 years
America.
ago. No, you couldn't do it.
No.
Now, what was this you sent me? A TEDx talk?
Yeah, this is creepy, man. This is something that I've been talking about with a few people. We don't have to play any of the clips, but I wanted to bring it up. It's weird how right now the big thing that's really being pushed is the normalization of pedophilia, and this is some creepy stuff, man. It's weird. There's more and more. You're hearing more and more about this. These talks and lectures being given at different colleges and stuff where they're talking about, oh, these people just need help and this, but they're normal, and I mean it's just creepy. It's weird.
Jonas has a secret which he thinks he cannot share with anyone, not even with his best friend. war with his parents. He's
Look how
just
creepy
too
this
afraid.
is.
Anger, rejection, and repulsion. Jonas knows that he has to suppress his sexual drive for his entire life. And he also knows that there will never be a loving and fulfilling partnership that he can enter.
All right, turn this off. This is creepy. I don't want to see this.
Children?
Yeah, it's all about, like, they're just trying to normalize these people, these pedophiles.
Maybe Jonas needs to be put down.
Yeah. Maybe he needs to take a dose of high-speed lead.
Yeah.
That typically cures pedophilia disease.
Maybe Jonas can find a partner with the bullet.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, it's just some creepy stuff, man. There's some weird stuff going on.
One story here in this offbeat news that I wanted to see. Oh, here we go. Let's pull this story up. Seems very interesting. How to fall asleep within 2 minutes, according to the United States military.
Really?
They developed a method. Here we go. Number 1.
How do you do it?
Relax your face, including your tongue, jaw, and muscles around your eyes. Number 2, drop your shoulders as low as they can go. Then relax your upper arm and lower arm on one side, then the other. Breathe out and relax your chest. Finally, relax your legs from thighs to calves. When your mind is clear, try to picture one of the following images. Lying in a canoe on a calm lake, nothing but blue sky above you. Or snuggled in a black velvet hammock in a pitch black room. Or saying, don't think, don't think, don't think, over and over for 10 seconds.
And this works?
I don't know. We should try it.
Yeah, I'm going to test this out tonight.
Let's test this and come back with what happened.
Yeah.
They claim they developed it in the military with a success rate of 96%.
Wow, really?
This is nuts.
Oh, I want to try this.
This is interesting. So you got to
I'm getting tired just thinking about it.
Relax your face, and you have to drop your shoulders. But what are you doing? You're lying on your back,
or are you standing?
Breathe out, relax your chest, relax your legs from thighs to calves, and then when your mind is clear, try to picture one of the following. So it has to be one of the 3. Lying in a canoe, snuggled in a black velvet hammock. That one sounds a little creepy. In a pitch black room. Or you just keep saying, don't think. Usually I can just hit the bed and I'm out.
I know. I don't think I really ever have trouble like laying in bed, like falling asleep. I usually fall asleep pretty quick.
Yeah. Where's that tropical storm? There's like a tropical storm that hit Florida.
Yeah, I thought somebody said something about it heading towards Mississippi or Alabama and all them areas in the south. Gordon, yeah.
Is it going to become a hurricane?
Maybe.
It moves away from Florida Monday evening and might become a hurricane. And it looks like, yeah, it's going to hit New Orleans.
And your kids might die too.
Yeah. Yeah, get out of its way, because it's everybody and everything will die in its path. According to Shepard Smith. We've had a very quiet hurricane season. You know, it hasn't really been anything.
You had kind of like one semi-large one last year.
Yep, and before.
Mm-hmm.
2016 hit by Matthew, 2017 hit by Irma, and then just been kind of quiet.
The calm before the storm.
Yep. Well, I still look for some sort of land in Central Florida. There's just nothing.
There's got to be something.
Not cheap, man. Not cheap. Commercial land. We don't want that. Land of America. Lands of America. Right down the road, though, there's 100 acres for sale for like $2,000 an acre.
I'm ready to go to Nevada, man. That land out there is cheap and the country's beautiful.
It is. But the one thing I've realized is I could not leave a warm climate.
I can. There's something that just is appealing to me about a cabin on a mountain with a heavy snowstorm.
It is appealing. It's interesting sometimes. I think I find it more interesting when it's like winter time here and you kind of get used to it being a little bit cooler.
Yeah. One thing I was thinking about it today. I was like, man, I can't wait till like our little trip we're planning for next year where I can just climb up on the side of a mountain, maybe take a spotting scope up there with me and just glass the side of the mountains.
Yeah.
Look for critters. And just look at the beautiful creation below us.
You know something I'm trying to find?
Looks like you're looking at some high dollar land there.
Yeah, it is high dollar. I'm trying to find a golden pheasant for my aviary. I don't know why this popped into my mind because I'm thinking with Florida land, I found out there's a law where you're only allowed to own Peking ducks and one other type of duck. And that's it. And every other duck is illegal without a class 3 game bird license.
Huh.
In Florida. But I started looking, pheasants are crazy, some of them. Like,
yeah, when my mom was young, they had a bunch of them, but something got in the cage and killed them all.
The pheasants?
Yep.
What about these mandarin ducks?
Oh, they're pretty cool looking.
That is wild looking, isn't it?
That is a neat looking bird, man.
They're like $500 a duck.
They got like a beard.
It just doesn't look like a real bird. Wow, look at this thing. A horn.
Tragopan.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild looking.
Yeah, because really that's all you can own without some crazy licenses, I guess. Wow, look at this thing.
Whoa, that's wild.
It looks like a peacock mixed with a guinea hen. And
it does.
And I don't know. It is like, what is that thing?
It has a rainbow neck.
That is cool looking.
What is it called?
A Himalayan monal.
I
wonder if you can buy them.
Type in for sale.
For sale. Himalayan monal.
For sale.
I guess it is a pheasant. $804.
Ooh, that's a little pricey.
There they are.
Starting at $804. Oh, you can get them with clipped or flying wings.
So it's just like a pheasant.
Man, that seems like a lot of money to pay for some like guinea fowl.
It is. You know, it's funny. Like I was looking at, if you look up like an Indian peafowl for sale. Right. Let's see. I was looking at some of these hatchery websites. And they would have, like, here, let's see how much these are. Look how much they are.
Woo! $364.
Right, for Indian blue.
$448 for a white one.
Yeah. So an Indian blue, $364. I got one for $30.
Man, what a deal!
You know, like you
stole that thing.
That's what's so funny. Like the golden pheasants, I've seen them on here for like $400, and then you look around and there's somebody selling one in Florida for $20.
Yeah.
Well, here's people selling them.
There's 80 for the pair for 2 chicks.
Yeah, look at that. Here's 5 of them for $240 per bird.
Augustine, Florida? St. Augustine? How far is that from you?
Hour and 20 minutes.
Go get them. There's 2 of them, $80.
But I already have some.
You need more.
More peacocks.
Blue and gold macaw for sale.
That's pretty cool.
That'd be neat, flying around in your aviary.
That's what Sarah wanted me to do with Ruby, but I can't.
She's a house bird.
She's too small.
Yeah.
Even a macaw. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like something would get it because I don't have my aviary. The only thing that's keeping out predators is the predator lights. Is what I'm using. I have netting to keep out hawks and overhead threats, and then predator lights to keep out the nighttime critters. And I'm hoping they work. So far, they have.
I'll tell you what. You go out there at night, get you a coyote call, sit out there, and just shoot anything that comes for them. Thin out the coyote packs.
Yeah. Well,
I'm getting ready for that. Me and my 300 blackout here.
Oh yeah, you got to do some coyote hunting.
Yeah.
When are you planning on doing that?
Probably when it cools off a little bit. It's just too hot. It's in the 90s. So, I need it to cool down a little bit because I really don't feel like sitting in the woods when it's over, close to 100 degrees outside.
Right. Look at these.
I only got a few different. Now, none of those really are the blue coloration. Those are all like brown coloration peacocks.
Like brown peacocks. Kind of like ugly.
Now, will those breed with like a turkey?
I don't know. I was reading that if they get out and they just get out into the wild, they usually just find turkeys. And they just join up with them. The difference is peacocks. In the wild, they only live so long, but I was reading in captivity, they live between like 40 and 50 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Huh. I know one of the guys that lives down at the end of my dad's road. He's got a bunch of them.
The peacocks?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
See, I wonder when the peacocks are going to actually... Like, I wonder if they lay eggs, when they would lay eggs and how hard... I really need an incubator.
Just buy a cheap one.
I know. I should start incubating some of these eggs. There you go.
Whoa, that's an expensive one. $579. You got to be serious about it.
You do. How about that?
That's like the one we had.
Did it work?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's pretty simple then.
Yeah, we hatched eggs with it.
They can hold 4 dozen eggs at a time.
Mm-hmm.
An open.
They don't all hatch though.
Right now, I don't know if we've been getting any chicken eggs at all. And
we're not getting many. I think it might be because of the heat. We're only getting a couple a day.
Yeah. I only got 7 hens though right now. And I got all the chicks that I bought. I had like those 6 chicks. I think 4 of them are roosters.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's Rural King. I just realized that.
Yeah, Rural King.
That's a great store.
So that's what I need to get, like an air incubator.
Mm-hmm. Just set the temperature and go.
Huh. Yeah, that looks pretty interesting. Well.
Cool.
Is it time to call it a night?
Yeah, I think so. I'm dragging.
I am too. Tired, man. And I gotta get up and get back at it tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. I got a lot of work to do.
I gotta tear the side of that house off. Pull all the siding off and replace all the rotted plywood sheathing.
I got a 2009 Pontiac G8 GT that destroyed 2 lifters and exploded a timing chain tensioner in it.
Oh.
Yeah. Fun.
Well, that's not good.
Nope. Not good at all. But hoping to get it done here in the next day or so. So. But, it's just never ends.
No, it doesn't.
But it's good.
It's better than not being busy.
Yep. That's how I feed my family. Yep. So.
Well.
Sounds good.
Until next time, everybody.
Go out there, shoot guns, and use chainsaws.
And quando omni fluncus moritati.
See ya.
See ya.